Go. Hi everybody, Joe Sciarrotta here. I'm going to give you my demonstration speech. I'm going to introduce my audience to you. This is my brother-in-law Dave. Sorry for the computer work here if it's not too good because I'm using my laptop for the first time for this. My mother-in-law Radine, my father-in-law Mark the Genius, my beautiful wife Michelle, and a second camera here because my last one messed up is my good friend Charles. So I'm going to put this down here and get this thing started. Hopefully. Alright, so demonstration speech this week. I'm going to keep with the fire theme. We're in the firehouse last week. I'm in a different firehouse this week, but I'm going to teach everybody or demonstrate how to use a pump for a fire truck. These are pumpers or engines, depending on where you're at in the country or what department you're on. They're called different things. But this is what we use to get the wet stuff on the red stuff. So very important that we know how to do this. Whoever's up here, the engineer is usually the one doing the pumping. Very important they know what to do. If the water stops coming out, the guys are inside, they get very hot, they get very mad, and sometimes can get very burnt. So we want to make sure whoever's running this knows what they're doing very efficiently and can do things quickly if something goes wrong. So when I was taught, first thing, 5 steps. Every fire truck looks different. There's newer ones, older ones. The pumps are mounted different. We have a front mounted pump here. There's top mounted pumps, side mounted pumps. But there's basically 5 steps to any pump that we're going to do. First step is going to be to engage the pump. There's different ways on every different pumper to do that. I'm going to show you on this one how we do it. Second step is to get water to that pump. We can use the hydrants. We can use the tanks. There's different ways of doing that. I'm going to show you how we're going to do it on this one. Third step is going to be to pressurize that pump. We need to get the water flowing through there. We need to get water moving. They don't like to pump air, so we got to make sure it's got water moving in it. Third step is going to be open a discharge. Easiest way for us to do that, either open a discharge on the side or just simply open your nozzle. Get the line opened up, open your nozzle, get water flowing. That's going to be the easiest way for us to do it. The last step we're going to do, the older trucks, we actually have to do it by hand. Newer trucks are automatic now, but we're going to set our relief valve. And I'll explain that once we get to there. So, with this truck, first step, engaging the pump. It's very simple. There's a lever here on the side. We're going to keep me in the view here so you're not going to be able to see a lot of the levers. Flip that lever over, it turns it on. Just like turning a light switch on, flip that switch, light comes on, flip that lever, engages the pump. Very easy on this one. Second step is going to be get water to the pump. Pumps don't like to pump air, so if there's air in there, they don't like to move. They don't like to work. They'll get hot, they can heat up. So we're going to get water to the pump. 2 basic ways is either with a hydrant or what we're going to do in this case, when we first pull up, we don't have a hydrant, so we're going to use the tank that's already on the truck, open up that tank valve so the water flows in the pump, and it's going to be very quick and easy. It's called a tank to bump valve. Pretty much every truck, that's what they're called. We just flip that switch, opens it up, gets the water to it, and we're good to go. So we've engaged the pump, we've got water in the pump, now we want to pressurize the pump. So again, like I said earlier, they don't like to pump air. We've got a throttle here. It's just going to increase the engine RPMs, get it moving faster, get stuff moving, get the water going through there. So on this truck's older, we got to push a throttle. The newer ones are digital. You just push a button, automatic. It goes up and increases it. If there's air in this pump, like I said, it's not going to pump. So what we got is a primer on here. And what that is, it's a different system. There's Venturi systems. There's different types. We pull that lever, it gets a different motor going, pushes all that air out, and gets the water coming in. So if our gauges don't come up that show us that we have the water in there, pull this prime for 30 seconds to a minute. It's going to get the water coming through, or get the air pushed out, get the water moved in, and we're going to see water dumping out of the bottom, and we're going to see all of our gauges come up to let us know we've got water in there. Once we've got water, we've engaged it, we've pressurized it, we've got water to it, now we want to open a discharge. Like I said, it's as simple as getting the hose off, open it up, and we've got our water flowing. Going nice and good. Relief valve. The importance of this is we're going to run at 100, 120 pounds of pressure. If that, we have 2 lines out, so 2 different hoses going out. If this person shuts theirs down, that pressure is going to go back, go through the other line, and it's going to put a lot of pounds on that person on that line. So we want to prevent that. So we set this relief valve, which is a spring in here, and it tightens and loosens as we move this around. So if we have it set at 120 pounds, what's going to happen is when this person shuts down this line, the water is going to come back into the pump, it's going to hit that spring, and if it's over 120 pounds, that spring is going to open up and dump that water out so it doesn't continue on through to get to the other people on that other line and put too much on them. So the way we're going to do this is, there's a light indicator on here. We're going to turn this knob and we're going to loosen that up until this light comes on. That means our valve is open. We don't want to leave it open, so we're going to go backwards now until that light goes off. And then we're going to go an extra quarter turn just to be safe. Now we've got it set. It's as easy as that. I'm sure there's a lot of questions with it, but hopefully you learned a little bit. Sorry for not being able to show the top of the pump, but I think that the teacher would be more interested in seeing how I am. Hopefully the family learned a little bit. Hopefully you learned a little bit. And I look forward to seeing all of my classmates' videos. So, go back to the crowd here. Dave's still there. He's excited. Family's excited. All right. Have a good night.